You all may be seated. We are gathered here together in the presence of friends and family to celebrate the love which Frank and Stephanie have for each other, to give social recognition to the decision to commit their lives and together to travel through life. As they prepare to join their lives, it's important that we understand that everyone present has played a part in the shaping of the characters of Frank and Stephanie, and will play a vital role in their continuing lives. And thus, we are here not only to witness their vows to each other, but also bestow upon them our blessing. You may not know this, but Frank and Stephanie has been together since the 8th grade. Just let that sink in. This beautiful romance was spawned when Frank started hitting her with spitballs and paperback books, and continued through the comp notebook years where they shared their secret feelings, and has now led to this. And after years of pleading, begging, crying, and eating ice cream alone in the dark, Stephanie finally said yes. But it hasn't been all bliss for this young couple. In fact, the union that we are witnessing today almost didn't happen. For you see, Frank had fears, concerns, and incredible urges just to run away. Oh, wait a minute. Not about Stephanie. Frank was terrified when he saw Steve for the first time, for he was dressed in his police officer uniform, and it took Stephanie's entire basketball team to prevent him from bolting out of the door. Do we have anybody here from your basketball team that we can thank? No. But in all seriousness, this is the time you have chosen to make your commitment to each other. We are here not only to witness this, but also to wish you both every happiness and blessing in your future life together. We, who are witnessing your union, hope that despite the stresses inevitable in life, especially another, dismal season for the heat, your love and respect for each other and your trust and understanding of each other will heighten your joy in living. If any person or persons here present know of any lawful reason why this man and this woman should not be joined together in marriage, let them speak now, or else forever hold their peace. This would be the time, right?
That's what I thought.
Anyone? Heather? No. And now, Stephanie and Frank, as you pronounce your vows and perform an act of faith, this faith can grow and develop and last, but only if you both decide to make it so. A lasting and growing love is not guaranteed by any ritual. Dedication, love, and joy can only grow when you nourish them together. Stand fast in that hope and confidence, having faith in your shared destiny just as strongly as you have faith in yourselves and in one another today. Only with this spirit can you forge a union that will strengthen and endure all the days of your lives. Frank and Stephanie, do you pledge to help each other to develop your hearts, minds, cultivating compassion, generosity, patience, enthusiasm, concentration, and wisdom as you age and undergo the various ups and downs in life, and to transform them into the path of love, compassion, joy, and equality?
Yeah.
Recognizing that the conditions in life will not always be smooth, and that internally your own minds and emotions will sometimes get stuck in negativity. Do you pledge to see all these circumstances as a challenge to help you grow, to open your hearts, to accept yourselves and each other, and to generate compassion for others who are suffering? Do you pledge to avoid becoming narrow, closed, or opinionated, and to help each other to see various sides of all situations? Understanding that just as we are a mystery to ourselves, we also find mysteries in those around, right in front of us. Do you pledge to seek to understand yourselves, each other, and all living things, to examine your own minds continually, and to regard all the mysteries of life with curiosity and joy? Do you pledge to preserve and enrich your affection for each other, and to share it with everyone? To take the loving feelings you have for one another and your vision of each other's potential and inner beauty as an example, and to radiate this love outward to everyone? Do you pledge to remember the disadvantage of ignorance, anger, and clinging to attachment, to apply antidotes when these arise in your minds, and to remember the kindness of all others and your connection to them? Do you pledge to work for the welfare of others with all your compassion, wisdom, and skill?
We do.
The wedding ring is an outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond which unites two loyal hearts in partnership. Repeat after me as you place the ring on his finger. I, Stephanie, give you, Frank, this ring as a symbol of my life, love, and commitment to you. Repeat after me, please. I, Frank, give you, Stephanie. Oh, sorry.
I, Frank, give you, Stephanie,
this ring as a symbol
this ring as a symbol
of my life,
of my life,
my love,
and
my commitment to you.
my commitment to you.
May you always share with each other the gifts of love. Be one in heart and in mind. And may you always create a home together that puts in your hearts love, generosity, and kindness. And now Frank would like to say something to his lovely bride.
So Yogi brought up the idea for us to write in the books to each other day by day until the wedding came. So every single day for, what was it, like two and a half months ago, we've been writing in the books just about every single day or every other day, if I caught up with that. But at the same time, in the back of the book, I just have something I want to tell my bride. So today I married the woman of my dreams. She's my best friend, my lover, and now my beautiful wife. From the first day we met, I knew you were the one. You were the perfect fit. It was as we were meeting, it's as if our meeting was written in the stars. And the more I got to know you, the more deeply I fell in love. I know I want to hear your laugh, see your smile, and feel your heartbeat for the rest of my life. So today, as we live our lives together, I give you my heart as I take your hand, and I want you to know that the journey we go through life together, I will always be your partner, your lover, and your best friend. So a year from now, we're going to open these and read what each other have written to each other. So we have a little treasure box that we are going to put our books in, and in a year from now, we're going to read what each other have written to each other.
Very nice. And now my final thought. I'm not a marriage expert by any shape of the word, but I have been in a loving relationship with my beautiful wife for over 25 years, married for 20 of them. Surrounded by a myriad of friends and acquaintances that are steeped in marital difficulties, we discussed what we felt were the secrets to our success, and they're fairly simple. The first, sense of humor. I don't think you have a problem with that one. Laugh with each other, and be able to laugh at yourself. Humor lightens moods and heals wounds. Mark Twain said humor is a great thing, a saving thing. The minute it crops up, all our irritation and resentment slip away, and a sunny spirit takes their place. Nothing is more pure than Mel and I having a good laugh, just the two of us, usually about something stupid I did. The second secret, holding hands, all the time. Not just during the honeymoon period to say, hey, look at us, we're married, but often as possible. On a walk, in church, in the car, in the mall, is an innocent gesture that speaks so loudly of the bond between two people, which no man will tear asunder. That's my favorite part. The true test of a marriage is not to have any arguments, The true test of a marriage is to have your arguments while still holding hands. And finally, while it is an absolute necessity that you see each other as equals in every way, partners through all life throws at you, it is vital to know that at any given moment of your life, that equality may be way off. A wise person once told me that marriage at any moment is never 50-50. Depending on the situation at hand, you might be having to give 80% or more, and the other moment you might feel that you're giving extremely high levels for a long time. But as long as the two of you freely give with loving patience, which might not be evident at the time, and what it requires to sustain this promise you make today, when the great receipt of life is tabulated at the end, you will find a true equal and deeply loving partnership. And now, let me close. Stephanie and Frank, you have given and pledged your promise to each other and have declared your everlasting love by exchanging these rings. Your vows may have been spoken in minutes, but your promises to each other will endure to your last breath. And now they have pledged themselves to meet sorrow and happiness as one family before this community of family and friends. So by the power vested in me, by a 3-hour online course and a rubber stamp, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Stephanie, Frank, you may now update your Facebook status. And now for the good part. Frank, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Frank and Stephanie Jackson.